anthropos. Zinj means black, anthropos means man. He was 750,000 years old, and he had a daddy, and they went back and they dug and they found some more skulls and some more skulls, and they're still unearthing skulls that never show the origin. But as far back as you go, they find you. Wait now. We have Caucasians in this audience. We have Hispanic brothers, sisters, brothers in the audience. We have men of many different hues and colors. The Bible says, from one blood, God created all men from one blood. Blood is the life fluid of some living organism. So from one blood, meaning from the genetic strain of one life, God made all. Look at what the Quran says. He created you from a single being and created your essence from your mate from the same essence. And from these two, he spread many men and women. It started from one, now it's many. And how did you start? You started from sperm mixed with ovum, and when the sperm connected with the ovum, it produced the first cell of life. And from that one cell, now you are billions and billions and billions of cells in this one body. But you started from one. Can you dig it?
Yes, sir.
Excuse my slang. Now, the Quran tells us the color of the first man. First man is called Adam. In the Quran it says, Allah created him from black mud and fashioned him into shape. Stop. Since my body is from the earth, if he created the first man from black mud, step up, anthropologist, step up, historian, step up, biologist, step up, geneticist, talk to me. If the first man were white, the yellow man couldn't even get here. Because two white people cannot produce anything other than what they are. Talk to me. So, I'm not teaching black supremacy. I'm just teaching actual facts. White people, listen to me good now. You can't produce us. It's a mathematical, genetic impossibility. So if you were the first, we couldn't have got here. So, the black man has in himself the whole range of color, because black is not a color. It is the essence from which all color comes. Now look at it. Come on. Now, brothers, if God created you from himself, that means every one of you is a God and has God's divine nature in you. As David the psalmist says, ye are all God's children. of the Most High God. Now let's get the Bible and Quran to back this up. In the Bible, the apostle says, how can you love God whom you have never seen and hate your brother whom you see every day? Let's stop a minute. Let's look deeper. What do you mean? How can you love God whom you've never seen and then hate your brother? Wait. Then there's something in your brother that is of God. So when you hurt your brother, you're hurting your father. I'm a father, brothers. I got 9 children, 23 grandchildren, 1 great-grandchild. And if I ever see my children fighting, it gives me such pain. If you are God, not big God, but a little God, made, as the Bible says, in the image and the likeness of God, then Elijah Muhammad said, every time I see a black man, I'm looking at God. So when I look at you, I don't have to wait to see the Father. I see the Father in you. So when I see you, I got a duty by you, brother. When I meet you, you say, oh, Farrakhan, I'm real happy to meet you, man. And I always say, it's my honor, brother, to meet you. And you look at me and say, what how he honored to meet me? Because when I meet you, I'm meeting a person that has never been on the earth before, and there will never be one quite like you ever, ever again. So when I see you, I have to treat you like I would honor God. I have to respect each human being. I have to respect you, brother. Even though you don't know who you are, I know. And because I know, my duty is to honor and respect you. Even these little children, they are little babies. But the power of God is in them, and they're going to grow up one day, hopefully, to be mighty men. So you start respecting them when they're in the cradle. You start respecting them when you see the woman forming that child in the womb. You don't wait till it gets here. And that's why no man who's a real man will beat a woman. No man who is a real man will beat a woman. No man who's a real man will disrespect a woman, because it's through woman that we live. If you live to be the age of Methuselah, which is 969 years, you're still gonna die. So how do you continue? You continue through a woman. So when she tells you, I love you, when she says, I love you, if she means it from the depth of her heart, she's saying, I want to give life to you. I want to extend your life by my love. So you and she enter into a contractual arrangement that is from divine. And after 9 months, she suffers the pain of death to give birth to you all over again. And so as a man who has a child, if you love God and love yourself, when you see yourself growing again, you got a chance to make that life better than you were made. So when that life comes, it's like a potter's clay. You can shape it, you can mold it, you can make it something. So Jesus said, Reverend Jackson, when the disciples said, Master, when were you hungry and we fed you not? When were you naked and we clothed you not? When were you out of doors and we gave you not shelter? When were you sick and imprisoned and we ministered not unto you? He said, inasmuch as you have not done this unto the least of these, my brethren,
go ahead.
You have not done it also unto me. So the least little brother in here is the brother of Christ. Stop right there. Stop, man. We gotta get through this part. Don't leave me. Who is Christ? Christ is man in his perfectly developed state. Therefore, Christ, fully developed, is man in whom God dwells. Christ is the express likeness, image of God. Why is Christ so important? Because he allows men to see the realm of possibility. We can be more than the prophets. Don't go around saying I'm the child of God and never grow up to be like your father. Jesus was the only man in the Bible or scripture that had such a unique relationship to God till he referred to God not as Elohim or Yahweh or Allah. He referred to him as his Father.
Think about it. Listen. Teach.
And then when the disciples wanted to learn how to pray, they said, Master, could you teach us how to pray? He said, yeah, pray on this wise. Say, not my Father, our Father. Now, if the Father made Jesus so special, what's wrong with you? You mean you're not special? You mean the Father didn't make nothing out of you? You nothing. Your elder brother Jesus is something. You nothing. Muhammad is something. You nothing. Moses is something. You nothing. False. Every one of you are as they are if you submit to the source that they submitted to. Jesus said, I and my Father are one. See, when you submit to God, brother, he actually comes into you. He travels into you through the Word. And the Word contacts the essence of your nature, which is the same as his nature, and turns on the divine essence of you. And you start growing spiritually just like you grew physically. And therefore, brothers, when you got a gun in your pocket and you go on and shoot a black man, that's like shooting a bit of God. When you watch the life ooze out of your brother, every time you squeeze the trigger, life is oozing out of you, because love can't find a place in you for your brother if you're constantly raping, robbing, destroying your brother. This is your family. We are not just family from the same mother, but we are family from the same God. So you are truly my brother, and I am truly yours. So I make a pact. I will give my life for you, because my life is not more important than yours. You are greater, I am lesser. So I must become your servant. And you must see your people like that. When your brother is down, that's you. Help pick him up. Don't let different colors make you different people. Don't say, well, he got on red, man. He ain't one of the Bloods. He got on blue, man. Yeah. He ain't one of the brothers. He didn't get a right sign. He ain't one of the brothers. Yes, when you look in his face and you see the mark of the beast, that's your brother who has been destroyed like you, and you must never, ever again hurt your brother. When you and your brother have an argument, develop the intelligence to reason with each other and not reach in your pocket. This is why the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us, throw away all guns. When we became Muslims, we put all the guns away, threw them away, because Elijah Muhammad knew that when we got in an argument, we would reach for our gun rather than reach for our ability to reason. He forbade us to raise our hand to each other. I remember in the FOI, the fruit men's class, I saw a brother and and the captain saw me doing it. He said, brother. I said, yes, sir. He said, do you think you can whip us all? I said, no, sir. He said, well, the next time you raise your hand to your brother, you'll have to whip us all. And from that day, I never raised my hand to my brother. Never. Not just my brother as a Muslim. This is my brother Christian. I won't ever raise my hand to him. He is safe from my tongue, from my hands. His wife is safe because I know that his wife is sacred to him. She's sacred to me. Therefore, instead of violating his house, I will protect his house. His daughter is sacred to me. And when we become like that, love comes in. When I won't do you wrong, you won't do me wrong, you fall in love with me. I fall in love with you. Then love is greater than the law, Because love is the highest expression of law. When I say I love you, man, you could drop your wallet with money all in it. That's not a brother. I say, hey, brother, brother, brother. You dropped your wallet here. You say, man, I ain't gonna do that. If that fool dropped that wallet, and I see it, I got it. But we are taught that if your brother has a bowl of soup and you have none, half your bowl belongs to your brother. So if I got money, you don't have to steal. If you got need and I got, here, brother, but I don't want you to lay on me.
Right.
But I'll help you out as my brother. Now, I would like to conclude this talk, but I don't want anybody to get up because we're going to say prayer together. But I want to just show you in conclusion the meaning of the story of the donkey and the colt, and show you how this amount of men together, I'll show you what we could do right here in Houston.
All right.
And you'll never be broke and powerless if you have unity. There's an ass tied, untied. White folks got us tied up to them, but they're not using us. Therefore, by the law of non-use, they have forfeited their right to hold us. Listen, Jesus is not a thief. He didn't tell his disciples, go and untie him and bring him to me. When you got a tie on you, that means you belong to somebody else. But the master had come, and he paid a price to redeem them. So he said, no, they're not using you. I've suffered for you. Go untie them. I got need. Bring the ass to me. I'm not speaking vulgar. No. Then Jesus rides into Jerusalem on the ass or the donkey. People saying, Hosanna. Do you know in the history, there has never been, to my knowledge, a leader who calls black men out to a special meeting to talk to black men? Go check the history. Brothers, if this happens in 15 or 20 cities across the country, what do you think they're thinking? See, you are the unlearned, the donkey. Farrakhan is who you came to hear. That means you are the wave or the wind beneath his wings. So when they record this meeting, they're going to say, that Farrakhan, he's getting them black men stirred up. He's more dangerous than any nigger we've had. The moment Jesus got on the donkey and rode into Jerusalem, his time was numbered, because they in secret council said he got to die. I'm telling you tonight, they have already decided Farrakhan got to go. Wait. They made their plans. But God made his. You don't have to worry about that. I don't believe they have a gun big enough to shoot me from here across the street if it doesn't please God. If it pleases God that I die, then it pleases me to die. I don't think so. We got work to do. So here you are, all tied up. I'm one of the master's disciples. I saw you tied. I'm here tonight to loose you.
All right. Yes, sir.
Come on, black man.
Yes,
We got a job to do. I don't care what work you're doing now. You got a bigger job to do for God. And since you said, Lord, if you get me out of trouble this one time, I'll serve you. Now here's the way God wants you to serve him. First of all, brothers, each of us have to decide to clean up our act. This body is the real house of God, not this.
No, not this building.
Not this building. It's a beautiful building. But this building is not the real house of God. This here is greater than this.
That's right.
Because this is the architecture of men. This is the craftsmanship of God. So you must never violate the house of God. You shouldn't eat improper foods, unclean foods, clogging up your beautiful system with unclean foods. Some of you drove good cars. I saw them parked all out there. And brothers, you're not going to put cheap gas in that finely engineered engine. You put the highest octane in it because you don't want it pinging and going on. And then you go and sit at McDonald's. And feed this magnificent house garbage. It's a great house, brother. But you got to take care of it. Houses need maintenance. You're not maintaining that body. I'm 60. I'll be 61 next month. But brothers, these are my sons, 2 of them. This son can tell you his father at 60, bench press, 370 pounds, and still don't know the limit of my strength. Deadlift 405 pounds, just snatch it up off the ground. Squat 405 and still don't know the limit of my power. I'm a young old man. I don't have no big gut.
No.
What do you look like? Some of you have not seen yourself. Unless you get a mirror. Your gut hanging all down over your knees. This is your lifeline. Ask the champ. Look how magnificent he looks when he takes off his clothes. You don't have to age because you've been here long. Go ahead. Ain't none of you in here really old. 70's not old, 80's not old, 90's not old. You just got here, man. What you getting out of here for? Hang in there, brother. But you got to stay here long enough to learn how to live so you can pass on valuable lessons to your children and your grandchildren. You out of here. Improper foods. I have fasted from 3 days to 40 days. You got to learn how to cleanse your bodies and your minds. I mean, I'm just quick, brother. I can wake up in the middle of the night and teach for hours, never repeating myself. You are greater than I am. You just need to get yourself in order with God. Now, I'm one man, and they find it difficult to handle me. The whole world together finds it difficult to crush one man. You know why? Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Suppose we let him get into us and we become a united power in God. You don't need a gun anymore. You can do it with this. When they told me 30,000 people were standing on the outside and they were trying to get screens, I went in my room and I said, "Oh Allah, hold back the rain. Don't rain on the people." And he held it up. You got juice, man. You're God's people. You could run this thing crazy if you just came home to God and came into unity with one another. You would have so much power, you would frighten yourself. Now I want to show you in conclusion what we could do in this room. You see, Reverend Jackson built all of this with the support of the people that believe in him. I've been in many churches. I've never been in one like this. As big as this is, hold as many people as this does. He don't owe nothing on it. He had people working with him. Now look at the 14,000 men that are here, and if we could get the 15,000 that are outside, and just check this out. Suppose each of us put $10 together tonight. 14,000 times 10 is $140,000. Put it in a treasure. Come back next week, put it in a treasure. Come back the third week, put it in a treasure. By the fourth week, you got over $500,000 liquid cash. You go to a bank, say, "Look here, man. You got any properties that you're foreclosing on? Show me your portfolio." You say, "Well, yeah, we got this building, this apartment building here." Say, "We'll take it." In this room tonight, there are carpenters, brick masons, plumbers, electricians, roofers, everything imaginable right in this room. And you got young people in here who don't know any of these trades. You take these abandoned buildings and you put the craftsman to work, and you put the young man beside him as an apprentice. Before you know it, those abandoned buildings are built back up, and now somebody's living in them, paying rent to you. You the owner now.
Oh.
Then you say, okay, let's keep this up, $10. Now we got 30,000 people. That's 300,000 in 1 week. You notice how white folk giving up their farms? What you do, you go and buy you 1,000 acres. And what I need a farm for, that's the engine of life. That's where everything we got on comes from. The farm, brother. Our problem is we're allowing everybody else to feed us. We're not feeding ourselves and our children. Now, with 1,000 acres, I mean, you can't even see what 1,000 acres look like. You got to get up in a helicopter to fly over what you own. We own it collectively. Now we start farming. Everybody can't farm, but there's some good farmers in here. But we ain't gonna farm with a mule anymore.
No, sir.
We get a tractor.
Need a tractor.
Then you set up a canning factory. Then you buy you some land and build you, instead of a beautiful church like this, you build up a supermarket. Now you got your canning factory and you got First Baptist peas. Second Baptist corn. Methodist asparagus.
Yes, sir, Brother Farrakhan.
Muslim carrots.
Yes, sir.
On your supermarket shelf. Then you tell all our wives, don't shop nowhere else. Shop in your own supermarket. Before you know it, the money we spend on food is right back in our circle growing. You got it? Our fathers picked cotton.
Yes, sir.
Now we grow it. Turn the cotton into lint and the lint into cloth. All of us got on underwear.
Right.
And we ain't made one pair. You set up a factory, put your woman in it. Come on, baby. We're going to make underwear.
Yes, sir.
Now you got, instead of designer underwear from Calvin Klein, put your name on it.
Right.
Then everybody in Houston is wearing our own underwear.
All right.
The underwear market is yours. The shirt market is yours. The suit market is yours. The same way white folk can get alligator. I got on gators. But the gator don't belong to them. It was created by God.
Yeah.
We can get them too.
That's right.
Cow gave his hide to white folk. It'll give it to you. Tan that hide and make you some shoes. It's a shame we're paying $140, $150 for Nike leap-arounds, and all we got to do is learn how to do it for yourself, and before you know it, you got a whole economic revolution started in the black community, and as men, we're doing this. Then your wife is looking at you saying, look at my husband, what he doing? She starts smiling at you. Then you say, well, baby, I don't like the way the schools are miseducating our children. Well, let's set up our own school. You set it up. And everybody in here that's a teacher, come on out of a plantation system and begin giving your children real education. And before you know it, white folk looking at you saying, is these them same Negroes that used to hang out in the second ward? In the third ward, in the fifth ward, drunk and disorderly. Now they own the fifth ward. That's their turf. Then when you own it, you become interested in the politics that governs it. Then you run for office who you want to run that will look out for your interests, and after a while, you become a power in Texas. And then before you know it, from the Lone Star State, you get many other states wanting to put a star up like Texas did. And before you know it, you're working hard, and therefore you deserve pleasure. And your wife will say, I really want to help you, because at last, honey, you're doing something. Come on, brothers. Let's fill the church up with men.
Yes, sir.
Let's fill the mosque up with men.
Yes, sir.
And let us never let religion and the labels divide us ever again from one another. Never again. Will you do it? Are you with us, brothers? Then may Allah bless you as I greet you in peace. Assalamu alaikum. Now, brothers, while you're standing, oh, I love you too. Before we have prayer, brother, I'm coming back, God willing, but I'd like to have a black woman's meeting when I come back. I want to ask a question. All of you who are interested in making our own communities a more decent place to live, would you raise your hands, please? How many of you, thank you, how many of you, brothers, would like to accept a training that would cause you to be self-disciplined, and then we in turn take the responsibility of disciplining our community, making it safe for our women, our children, and our elderly? How many of you would like to do that? Then I'd like to ask you, brothers, if you would take this pledge, and when you say it, if you say it, the only thing we have is our word. And once we give our word, we must strive never to break our word. Take this pledge. I say your name. Pledge to strive to love my brother as I love myself. Will you do that? Second, I, your name, pledge to strive to improve myself spiritually, mentally, morally, socially, economically, and politically, for the benefit of myself, my family, and my people. Will you?
Yes, sir.
That means that from tonight, we got to start improving. If there's some habit that you got that you would like to get rid of, you know how to do it? Do it. Once you make up your mind to do it, it's done. Third, I, your name, pledge to strive to build homes, hospitals, to buy farmland, to set up businesses, to engage in international trade and commerce, for the benefit of myself, my family, and my people. And last, I, your name, pledge to give of myself, my time, my talent, and whatever I can spare of my finance to accomplish